All right, so in this module, we're going to talk about maximizing average order value. So to help you understand why average order value is so important, I want you to look at this chart. And so this shows for an average Shopify store from the sources Veros.com that for the first 12 months, the light blue section is your first order value. And so that's basically how much customers spent for their first order. And then for your average store here, for the remaining of the 12 months, the extra sales generated by your typical customer is the darker blue section. So this means that for the first year of a customer being in your business on Shopify, if you're a business like this, 68% of the value comes from that first order. Only 32%, or about a third, of the value comes from everything else those customers order for the first year. So this tells us that getting your average order value up is extremely important because a lot of customers are never going to come back. Even if you sell good products, even if you do a good job, they're just being bombarded by ads and emails and all that stuff from lots of other people who want their attention too, and they may only want to try your product once. So it's nothing wrong that you're doing. It's just a nature of the business. And so you have to get customers to buy as much as possible up front if you want to scale big on Shopify. So what is average order value? Or you'll hear me and other people use the acronym AOV a lot just because it's a lot shorter. It's basically the total customer revenue, how much stuff do people buy, divided by the number of orders. For example, if you have $10,000 in revenue, say in a month, and there were 200 orders that produce that revenue, then your average order value, or AOV, is $50. It's basically what is the amount of stuff a typical customer is buying on every single order. If somebody comes to your store, about how much stuff do they buy from you in that order? That's what we're trying to figure out here, and that's what we're trying to maximize. So here's a little bit about the power of maximizing your average order value. So in your typical business, this is, for example, one of our competitors, or a lot of our competitors, average order value may be $14.99. In an average order value maximized business like us, our average order value is over $70. Now, in the typical business, their gross margin, meaning their revenue less product costs, shipping costs, credit card processing, those hard costs that come whenever you sell a product, maybe 40%. Ours may be a little bit higher, not because we have the world's greatest margins, but because when you sell more stuff to people up front, things like shipping costs are less of a proportional effect on your gross profit. And so for us, it's probably a little bit higher. If you multiply the 40% gross margin times the $15, their profit per order, gross profit, maybe $6. Ours is $35. So now if you're running ads and you run a bunch of ads and it costs you $5 to get somebody to buy something from you, we're both making money because they make $6 in profit. We make $35 in profit. If it only costs $5 to get a sale, then we're both making money. But that's almost never the case. If it costs $10 to get a sale, they're losing money. They're losing $4 on every single sale. We're still making tons of money, $25 in profit for every single order. Now, if it costs $50 to get a sale, which is probably going to be more realistic for a lot of businesses, they're losing money hand over fist. They can never scale. This is why these people can never run ads and never are able to scale on Shopify. Whereas us, we are probably still making money because we know our average order value is $35 and we get an extra bump over the remaining of the year to sell people even more stuff. And so when we first started out, we had to break even on the upfront order. But now today, because we maximized average order value, built so many customers, we're willing to go out and lose money for a year just to keep scaling. You don't ever have to do that, but I just want to show you the power of this system. So a general principle is the business that can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Always keep that in mind when you start running paid advertising, especially on your store. And so the way you can spend more to acquire a customer is to get your average customer to buy more stuff up front. So your basic Shopify sales funnel, like how are you going to get them to buy more stuff up front? Your basic Shopify sales funnels, you have a product page, and then they go to your shopping cart, then they go to the checkout page, which is where they enter their credit card, and then they go to the thank you page. Our goal is to insert opportunities for people to buy more stuff at each stage of this journey. So first tool, there's basically 3 of these that we're going to discuss in this module. First one is bundles. Second is pre-upsells. And third is post-upsells. Now I'm going to show you how this actually looks inside of our own Shopify store. So I'm over here just basically on our product page, And so you'll see the first thing is what I'm calling a bundle, which in some cases you may have multiple different products you're bundling together. For me, a bundle is also getting people to buy 3 units at once. And so our default when they hit our product page is to buy 3 bags, not just one. This is our form of bundling. You may be better served by getting people to buy different products all bundled together. Either way, the goal is to, like most people, just sit like this. Somebody hits their product page, they try to sell 1 unit, they hope people add more to cart, but they don't do anything to make that happen. We default to people buying multiple units. So that's what a bundle is. That's a tool number 1 we're going to talk about. Second tool, that if I go to the checkout process, this is a pre-upsell. So they haven't entered credit card or anything yet, but we're offering them, in this case, pods to try out. So they bought bags of coffee, now we're trying pods. I would recommend at first, before you've done a bunch of testing, just try to sell them another unit of whatever already they bought and give them a good discount. As you can see, we're giving a 35% discount based on what's in the store. So whether they add this or not, if they add this, then they start going in the actual checkout process. Once they hit the checkout screen and they start entering their credit card information and they basically lock in this order is 100% done. We have one last tool that we use to increase average order value, which is the post upsell. And because I'm not going to go enter a credit card and actually place an order right now, I'm going to show you what this looks like in our backend. So this would be the next screen people see after they enter their credit card information. It says, wait, upgrade your order now, get 6 more bags of what you just bought, the medium roast, and we'll give you a big discount. And so rather than $27.95 a bag, it's $18.17 a bag, 35% savings. As you can see, if they select this, it'll add $109 to their order. And we basically have a little bit of extra coffee, some discounts, some timers that are kind of automatically built in. I'll show you how to do all this stuff, but those are the 3 main tools that we're going to show you now how to implement in your store to maximize average order value.